Hello everyone, my name is Constantinide. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are well. This is a video about maternity and pursuing international legal career. I'm going to be speaking from my own personal experience and through the information that I've gathered through this time about the ability to create a family and pursuing an international legal career. My experience is divided into two parts, and it's in two parts because it was very different with my first pregnancy and with my first maternity leave, and now being pregnant with my second child. I've experienced my profession in a very different way. And I'm saying that because I've concentrated three very important points. First of all is to respect yourself and your body, that you are carrying a human life. So you got to be very conscious about listening to your body, listening to yourself, listening to the doctors, and make sure that you are well. I think that's number one priority, and I'm putting that out there because, including myself, sometimes we are thinking that we may lose an opportunity, we may lose a very interesting case that may come to us, but it is vital that you take this time, because it won't come back, to take this time and really listen to your body. And this is what happened in my first pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I wasn't able to do any work because of the severe symptoms that I had, and the severity of some of the complications that I had to go through. And that meant that I had to put on hold a lot of the things. And guess what? There was no harm caused. Everything is fine. Everything went well. And I want to put your fears and your concerns at ease, that work will always be there. As far as you've got the eager and the zest and the passion to return back, I think that's the most important thing. So as I said, number one is to respect your body, respect this new human life that you're creating, and really embrace this moment. The second point is that if you are well, your baby is well, yourself is well, then you can put a plan. And during your pregnancy, you're not ill. That means you can work and you can take on projects. You may be able to tailor the work that you take on, and that's because you may not. I'm going to give you another example. I'm not able to attend court in person myself now because I'm towards the end of my third trimester and I'm doing a lot of remote work. So I'm working from home. I may be drafting pleadings, papers, opinions. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, and especially now in the technology era that we're living in, there's so much that we can utilize, and being and working from home has never been a better thing. So make sure that you tailor, and if you're able during your pregnancy to work, do it. It will make you feel good. It will make you feel that you are touching upon this other aspect of yourself, which is being a professional, which I love my job and I love being a mother, but I'm also loving the fact that I'm able to contribute my time into something meaningful, such as international human rights law. So for me it was vital, and especially now with my second pregnancy that I've been feeling better, to really continue that pace. It may be slower, but continue with some sort of pace. Point number three is put a plan. So if you can and if you're able to, you will sit down and you will go through and you will see, this is when is my due date on my birth. I will be able to work until that point, and I will be able to return back to work on that date. And this is something you're going to have to liaise with your partner, with your husbands, with your other half, or even if you're a single mother or a single father. You have to be realistic into looking into that and reflect on it in your plan. And when is that you can come back? Of course, even during pregnancy and maternity, being aware of what's happening in the international community, you may put things on hold, but I think deep down inside us, we're always trying to stay updated and be aware of what's happening in the globe. Now, I've myself, and that's another point that I want to make, is to reach out. If you're not feeling well, you need to reach out, and that has to do with your mental health. Pregnancy, it's beautiful, but at the same time it has so many fluctuations, and a woman has to be able to embrace them and I'm saying woman, it may even be that you have a surrogate mother, it may be the case that you're adopting, so even that process could be stressful, and you have to embrace those moments, and your mental health is priority, because if you're not well, then the baby's not going to feel well because you're not well, and it's a domino effect. And there are a few things that you can do. So if you're a self-employed barrister or even employed barrister in the United Kingdom, the Bar Council has a maternity application, and you can apply and have a mentor that's been through that, and you can talk to them and get their advice or perhaps their insight as to how they dealt with it. Even though that I reached out through this mentorship application, I found that at the end of the day, what works for you, it doesn't mean that will work for the other person. So you have to be able to be realistic with what you want, how you feel, and reflect that. And that means that the mother that is pregnant, which I've seen another fellow barrister that was pregnant with a third child, she had a very different way of childcare, the way that she was working, the type of work that she was doing. So you've got to look into you know, there is an inner journey that you have to do, and find something that works for you. And for me, for example, I want to work until I give birth, and that's something I want to do. Doesn't mean that every mother is going to be in a position to do that. I want to return back to work after 7 months, but that's something that I know that it will make me happy, and I know it will make my family happy, because if I'm a happy person, I'm going to be a happy mother, a happy wife, and a happy professional. So I think that's the essence of it. It's about finding in all these new experiences that you're embarking upon, it's about finding or somehow rebalancing the factor of happiness, which can be sometimes hard to pursue when things are constantly changing. Because inevitably everything, and the fundamental order of cosmos is that everything is a flux, everything changes, and especially when we're talking about bringing a new human life into this world. So those are my tips about maternity and being an international lawyer. They're very practical, very about the time when you are pregnant and the time that you're going to be getting a maternity leave. Of course, it depends on the nature of the work that you do, and I am referring to the aspect of being self-employed international lawyer. I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know if you're going through something similar, if you found perhaps a scheme or something that helped you, and if you're not well, please seek out to your midwife or your doctor to speak about it, because there isn't anything more important than your health, physical and mental. Stay safe, I love you loads, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.